Hey 8th graders, in this video we're going to review how to graph lines that are in slope-intercept form, and we're going to graph them on our coordinate grids. So our first example is y equals 2x minus 5. I want to graph this onto my coordinate grid. So I know that there are two things I need when I am graphing. I need my slope, and I need my y-intercept. Y-intercept means the point at which my line crosses the y-axis. I always usually want to start with my y-intercept because that gives me a starting point on my graph. My y-intercept, when I have the equation y equals mx plus b, the b represents my y-intercept. So in this equation, my y-intercept is negative 5. It crosses, that means my line crosses the y-axis, which is right here, at the point negative 5. So my coordinate points for my y-intercept are 0, negative 5. Let's go ahead and graph our y-intercept. Start at 0. We're going to move to the left and right 0 spots and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my point will go at 0, 5. Now I'm going to get to my slope. The slope is my m value. So in my equation, my slope is equal to the value 2. Now I usually want to write slope as a fraction, so I know that I can write 2 as 2 over 1. Now there's another way to write 2 over 1. I can also, this 2 over 1 is the same thing as negative 2 over negative 1, because I know a negative 2 divided by a negative 1 is going to equal a positive 2. So 2 negatives is the same as 2 positives. These are both my slope. I'm going to start with my 2 over 1. I'm going to start at my current point. This 2 tells me that I'm going to move up 2 spots, and my 1 tells me that I'm going to move to the right 1 spot. I move up and to the right because both of them are positive. We can go ahead and put a point right there. Up 2 over 1. I'm also going to go back to my original point, and now I'm going to put a third point on my graph. This time I'm going to do my negative 2 over negative 1. So I'm going to go down 2 and to the left 1. And I can put my next coordinate point right there. I can now have 3 points, and I can go ahead and graph my line. The biggest or most common mistake people make is they look at this fraction and they go left or right 2 and up and down 1. You always need to go up or down first and left or right second and do exactly what it says. If it is a positive, here I'm just going to move this to the side. If your numerator is positive, that means that you're going to go up. If your numerator is negative, then that means you're going to go down. So positive equals up, negative is down. If your denominator is positive, that means you're going to go in the right direction. And if your denominator is negative, that means you're going to go in the left direction. We're going to use this information to solve our next one. Y equals negative 2x. Negative 2/3 x plus 2. So the first thing that I should notice about this is that I have a negative slope, so I know my line is going to be going in a negative direction. Again, I always want to see a negative slope. I know that my line should be going down because this is what a negative slope looks like. I want to come back to that and make sure that I check my work when I get done. So let's go ahead and graph y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. I need to know my slope, and I need to know my y-intercept. My slope is equal to negative 2/3. I can also write negative 2/3 as 2 over negative 3, as long as both of them have just one negative sign. My y-intercept is my value, the b value in my equation, which is positive 2. So my y-intercept is positive 2. That means the coordinates at which it passes through the y-axis is 0, 2. We're going to go ahead and start graphing. I always start with my y-intercepts. So I'm going to graph the point 0, 2. I'll start at the origin. I'm going to go 0 spots left and right, and I'm going to go up 2 spots and go ahead and put a point right there. Now I can deal with my slope. I'm going to start with negative 2 over 3. The negative 2 tells me that I should go down 2 spots because it's negative. And the 3 tells me that for every 2 spots I go down, I'm going to go 3 spots to the right. So for every 2 spots I go down, I will go 3 to the right, and I can graph my coordinate point right there. Now let's go back to our y-intercept point, and I'm going to deal with my second slope. These slopes are equal. They're actually the exact same slope. We just wrote them 2 different ways. My numerator is 2, which shows that I'm going to go up 2 spots, and I'm going to go 3 spots to the left, and I can go ahead and plot that point there. Up 2 over 3. I can go ahead and connect my dots. And here is the line y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. Again, the last thing that I should always do to double, triple check so I don't break Miss Miller's heart is this is a negative slope, so I know that my line should be negative and it should start at the point positive 2. You have the rest of your packet to do. Good luck.